What's simpler, joining a meeting with Cisco Meeting Solutions or making a turkey sandwich? Let's find out.
Done! I've joined my meeting.
This research proves it. Cisco Meeting Solutions are simple.
Let's do that again.
Okay. I'm in. So simple.
Hi, I'm Jules Trono, President of Borderless Learning, which is Cisco's only global specialized video learning partner. That means we provide training around the world for Cisco's video and voice collaboration product lines so that connecting on video becomes easier than making a sandwich. We have a team who have worked in the video industry for the past 24 years, so you can see that either we love helping people learn how to deploy and use video, or we're just too crazy to stop. Today we're here to tell you about a few things you should keep in mind when deploying Cisco Spark. Let's start with understanding what Cisco Spark helps us do. It's a platform that lets you communicate with people both inside and outside of your company. Great. Cool. What does that really mean? You can send messages keeping a permanent, which we also call persistent, record of your communication. So no drunk messaging unless you really mean it. You can have meetings connecting from your laptop, phone, tablet, or video system. So watch out for those butt dials when you're out golfing instead of working. Meetings can, of course, include the new Spark boards, which also allow you to whiteboard during the meeting and save those images. And you can place calls over the public telephone network, so you can reach anyone right now. That's all great, but what about the things you need to know to get it right the first time? As a cloud service, Spark is designed to be implemented quickly. Spark is an ideal conferencing solution for small companies, teams, project-based work, and for making shared content available after the meeting ends persistently. In order to keep all of these users happy, the first thing you should know is what your plan includes. Spark's M1 or Plus plan allows up to 3 people to meet in video calls. With this plan, I can meet with Jan and Elizabeth, but John can't join us. So sad. But with the Advanced or M2 plan, meetings can increase up to 25 participants, so John doesn't have to be left out. And with the Premium or M3 plan, my meetings can expand up to 200 people using WebEx, which for me means the whole company can participate in a meeting together. So here's the real tip. If we want to register a desktop or room system to Spark, we need to check the order to make sure it shows how many desktop and room systems we're going to register to Spark. John and Elizabeth and Jan are road warriors, so they are always on their laptops and phones. I'm most often at a home office, so I'm on my DX70. All of these plans connect laptops, smartphones, and tablet apps by default. In fact, you can download the app and start using Spark on your phone, laptop, or tablet without placing any order. But when you roll it out for your company, the ordering process requires that we indicate that we will also be registering devices. It's not a big deal, but important to know for making the ordering and deployment process go as smoothly as possible, and for making sure you don't annoy an office worker or an executive that wants to connect from a video system rather than a mobile device. Tip number 2 is about device registration. Cisco has pretty cool devices that meet every video and audio communication need. When you're deploying Spark, you can register devices that meet most needs. DX desktop systems, SX and MX room systems, and even 8800 and 7800 IP phones can register to the Spark cloud. These devices also work for Spark Hybrid, of course, registering to your UCM. Does anyone know what can only register to Spark Cloud? Trick question. This is an on-demand training session, so I can't hear your answers. Spark Board and Spark Kits register to Spark Cloud so they can automatically post and save whiteboard content in Spark Rooms. Here's a quick view to show how Spark Cloud and Spark Hybrid work. I have a team that works in a remote office, and I want to make it easy for them to communicate with others. I don't really want John in the main office because he's kind of a troublemaker, but he's still productive, so I want to keep him. I also have road warriors like Jan and Elizabeth and other field workers that need to participate in these meetings. I can set them up so they are registered to Spark Cloud, and I don't have to worry about supporting any infrastructure where they are. Now, I've also got a corporate office with a lot of workers. It makes sense that I'm using a UCM solution because I have a call center and other advanced voice and video needs there. But how do they communicate with the remote office and road warriors? By connecting my UCM-based solution with Cisco Spark Cloud through my Expressway, I can optimize feature needs and network at the main office while still minimizing the burden on the remote workers. And I can keep John in the remote office. Very cool. Understanding the difference between Spark and Spark Hybrid gives me the information I need to mix and match solutions. Spark Hybrid also allows me to tie in other functionality that keeps everyone productive. Today, I'm going to share the two most requested capabilities with you. Spark allows us to activate connectors to tie our Microsoft Office calendar capability and our Active Directory to our Spark account. Why do we even care about this? Because when I'm in Spark, I don't want to have to switch over to another program or app to invite somebody into a conversation or Spark room. I'm only willing to add John as a contact in one place. I don't want to have to look him up somewhere else and then come back into Spark. It needs to be seamless, and it is. Do you ever wonder what a bot does? And no, I'm not a fembot from Austin Powers. Bots automate things. In fact, there's a page in Cisco website that lists a bunch of bots that are already developed and that you can use with your Spark account. So if I implement the bot that translates English to Chinese, every time John posts something in English, the Chinese translation will automatically appear. Awesome, and sometimes funny. Pay attention to your bots, because if the bot is using a public capability like Google Translate, I may have to give John a hard time for posting something inappropriate in Chinese in our Spark room. Now, the difference between an integration and a bot is that an integration connects your Spark account to other platforms. Again, Cisco has recognized that Spark needs to be productive for you. So using simple connections between your communication and productivity tools makes your communication easier and just makes sense. That same web page where you find the bots is where you can also find a bunch of integrations that are already done. Now, if you want to create your own bots and integrations, that same web page will tell you about the developers groups and forums and about Spark's API. You all know this is what you've been waiting for. The best tip you'll get today is knowing where to go to become an expert. Or if your brain is already full, then to learn just enough to do what you need. There are a couple of ways to get training for Spark. If you want to become a certified Cisco video specialist, learning about the full Cisco video infrastructure product line, then you'll need to take the VTVS2 class. Borderless Learning has incorporated both Spark and Cisco Meeting Server into our VTVS2 class, and our classes are the only place you'll find instruction and labs for those products always running the current software version. If you want to be fully immersed in Spark, then look into our 3-day Spark and Spark Hybrid class. In this class, you'll learn how to set up Spark Cloud and how to implement Spark Hybrid. So our last piece of advice is let Borderless Learning and Cisco help you avoid this situation.
Daddy, I'm gonna have a meeting just like you. Hello? Hello? Can you hear me? Okay, I have a file I need to share with everybody. Why can't anybody see my file? I'll tell you what, I'll describe it to you. Is that a dog I hear barking? Who's that? Dave. Why isn't the video working? Now the audio's not working.
It can be so much easier than this. Cisco Meeting Solutions integrate voice, video, and content into one meeting. Set the right example. Cisco Meeting Solutions are simple.
Maybe I should just send smoke signals.